I wanted to add that also, you know, I'm someone that I believe in a free enterprise to the point to a certain degree, right? I believe that corporations are meant to employ the people. They are not meant to control the people. And I also, at the same time, I believe that everyone should have the right to make, make their fortune if they want. But as long as no one else is hurt, as long as we don't destroy the environment, we have to start looking at alternative choices at the same time. I wanted to quickly point out that, you know, the poorest postal code in Canada is in East Hastings, here in Vancouver.
It's one of the worst. A lot of people call it the worst ghetto in Canada. A lot of people don't like to hear the word ghetto, but it is the poorest air community in Canada.
When also we have to remember the highest number per capita of single parents on welfare is here in British Columbia. These are, you know, stuff that us as British Columbianites, we shouldn't be proud of. We are one of the richest provinces here in Canada in regards that we're loaded with natural resources. What's happening with the money? Why isn't 10% of the money going back to the people?
Sorry to cut you off. The reality is that we do have the potential to solve many of these problems. You know, we do have I don't like to call just the downtown east side a ghetto, in fact, and I did say that, but the reality is it's also in a lot of areas a thriving community with a lot of good, strong, working people there, and not just working people. And the reality is, again, and I don't want to just sound like a broken record, we are misplaced and we're misguided in how we spend our money and how we direct our services. For example, in the downtown east side, you have a lot of women's issues and Aboriginal issues, and those people are constantly, these organizations are constantly struggling for financing or funding to be sure they can supply the services required to help people on the street, to help women that are abused, to help women that are raped, to help women that are sexually assaulted, to deal with unemployment, to deal with mental health. The money's never there. So what I'm saying, Reg, I think the perfect example here is take a look at the downtown east side and how much money is, and then take a look at putting a roof on a building.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say here, the problem we have is, and I don't want to. It's not a negative situation. It's just that if people put their innovative minds together, throw away their political positions, and forget about if you're left, right. You know, the mayor of Calgary just said, getting the snow off the roads isn't a left or right, ideology. We've got to put away all of this left-right. Sorry for the term BS, and get to the table and start saying, what are the things that we have in common that we have to fix in this city and this province, and as opposed to, oh, well, somebody from the left side said it, so obviously it's wrong, and then the left guy can say, well, it's somebody from the right said it, so it's wrong. Got to meet in the middle. It's a centralist type of issue, perhaps, where people, and this is what our problem is, we've gotten so far away from the principles of democratic and democracy and people working together to solve problems. And I believe we can do it. But what it takes, it's going to take strong leaders. And unfortunately, and not to be derogative towards anyone, but I've got to say this, in terms of our premier and in terms of our mayor, those are not the kind of leaders moving forward in the 21st century that we need. We need leaders that have these types of agendas, and almost corny in terms of what a lot of people would say, social conscious.
Well, James, I have to quickly, interject there. What happens? We only have about 2 minutes left. Excuse me,
Sure.
1 minute left. I wanted to quickly, if you could leave the listening audience with something, share some last thoughts with the listening audience, about 30 seconds, and leave some contact information if you want. You've been a great guest. I love talking about this issue. We'll have to get you back on because there's so much to talk about here in Vancouver. It's unreal.
Well, first of all, CFRO does good work, and it's really a pleasure to be on your station. I think it's a great service where people can, everyday people and social commentary people like myself can speak on your airwaves. The one thing I've got to leave you with, because there's only 30 seconds, I beg or implore people to get involved in the political process. Get to the community meetings, start writing the letters, get to city hall meetings, and stand up and be heard. And the apathy on voting day has to go away. And you've got to have active democracy. If you want my phone number, and I'm glad for people to call me, my phone number is 778-329-2126, and my website is challenge-entertainment.com. It's my company, and anybody wants to talk further on these issues, I'm really open to, because I do believe that if with the things I just said, with people getting involved, that we can have a very bright future in this city, in this province, and in this country, especially with strong new leaders.
Well, thank you so much for coming on there, James. That was James Carl Green. It's Cooperative 102.7 FM, CFRO, Monday Brown Bagger. My name is Reginald Angus Argue. Until we meet again, have a great day, and thank you for coming on again, James.
Thank you.